Well, I suppose I've dreaded doing this video. I don't really feel that I'm a photogenic individual, so I try to not do videos unless I have to. Yet it seems that without, say, a personal appeal, nobody is really going to get into this project. So I suppose that I'm going to have to explain why I'm doing the Speak to Us project. It's really quite simple. I want to know. I want to know once and for all. I've lived my entire life being told that there's some sort of theistic God, a personal God, a divine being who pays attention to everything and interferes in human society. Yet I've never seen any proof of it. And people say, "Well, look around you. There are trees and clouds, and the Earth goes around the sun, and all of that." And I don't really see that there needs to be a theistic God for that. I don't see that there needs to be somebody who hasn't appeared, so to speak, since the Middle Ages, and seemingly actually before. I don't necessarily want to hurt people. I don't want you to be unhappy. However, I don't necessarily see that it's logical to continue with something that may actually cause damage to human society. All I care about is the future of humanity, and if religion continues and continues to become polarized as it seems to be, I don't see that it's going to benefit humanity at all. It might have had some sort of, say, cohesive effect thousands of years ago, but I don't see that it has that effect now, not on the global scale that we live on. When people were in little tribes and mostly nomadic, it probably helped. But now it really is creating this Christian versus Muslim versus Hindi versus other, I want to say dynamic, and whereas obviously there are no great religious wars of the Crusades type now, there's still the potential of it. They're still fighting over religious issues. Anyway, getting back to the experiment itself, I figure this. All of the holy books basically were written by people. Okay, there's no divine book that we can't identify. No 2001 Space Odyssey pillar. There's nothing special about any of these books. Okay, they're mostly printed in China. Basically speaking, what I want to do is call out to this theistic God. I want everybody on one day at one time to just say, "Speak to us." Okay? And I expect, yes, I absolutely expect, if there is a theistic God, a personal God, that he, she, it, or they is or are going to make a response. Okay? Something overt, something direct, not like, "The sun rose especially prettily today." No, that's not good enough, okay? I want the booming voice. "Yo, I'm here. What's up, guys? Long time no see." It's just too much to believe, okay? And quite frankly, with the threats that religion makes against people who don't believe or who question, it's just not acceptable any longer. It really is time for this theistic God to either speak up or just get out of the picture. Okay? And of course the question is, well, what happens if there really is one? Well, thank you. That would be great. Then I could say, okay, so why this, why that? I really would want to know some answers to questions dealing with things like why children need to die horrible deaths. Okay? Well, it's God's will is not good enough. I want to hear it from the man himself, or main woman, or main it, or main they. Okay? I'm not saying that there aren't any deistic gods. Okay? I think that's a little bit hard to prove whether or not somebody or something or some things created the whole universe. Okay? And then just shut up after that. Okay? But I do believe, honestly, based on holy books themselves, that were basically dictated, at least supposedly dictated, by a theistic god to a representative on earth, that this god, this personal god, if he, she, it, or they exist or exists, is absolutely responsible for answering this call. Otherwise, I think it just shows that that religion is a man-made construct and that it's time to move on. Of course, there will always be people who are weak, who can't stand alone or can't stand without the idea of some power greater than them. And I suppose they'll have to transfer their allegiances to other organizations, governments, and so forth. I suppose this is going to be maybe the start of a continuous line of people learning how to live in this universe without a higher power. First, we'll get rid of, providing there's no answer. Okay, if there is, I'm happy. Okay, if there's not, then I suppose it will go theism to statism to corporatism to something else. Okay, ultimately though, if there is no definite answer, humanity can move on. Okay, can pursue its next step in development. Okay, and if there is, then I'm happy for the religious folks, and I'll join right in praising our Creator. Okay, I promise you that. Okay, all I ask for you to do is to spend a few seconds on January 20th, 2020, just saying, speak to us, speak to us, speak to us, okay? We're giving the big guy, girl, it, them, an opportunity, okay, to declare himself, themselves, whatever, okay? And if not, then I sincerely hope that those of you who can see reality will move on with me. Okay? Let's roll the dice and give it a try. Okay? That's all I'm asking from you. Okay? A few seconds. That's all.